Welcome back to this episode, everyone. In this one, we attach the primary hull to the engineering hull. Well, there we go, guys. It's coming along real nice. Almost ready to get the top on there. I still got to run the navigational lighting wiring down. So I'm going to get that done right now before I put the bottom part of the saucer on there. So let's run those. It's going to be two sets of different colored lighting. And let's see here. Where's this set's going to attach there? And the other one down here to this and here. Okay, there we go. Get those all connected. Got the heat shrink on there. I just got to run them up through the neck. And I still got to, well, the main power there is there. Let's see what else. Okay, that's going to run down through the hole because it's going on its own circuit. Okay, so these are the only four lines that need to run up through the neck. And then we can put the bottom part of the primary hull on. Now I'm going to run these lines down through the hole down there at the bottom. Okay, so I still have to get, I'm going to put the main power line on this light here, run it down through the hole as well. All right, I'm going to be running the engine warp drill wiring now down the hole. Okay, now I just need to hook up main power lines here, run them down, and I do believe that is all the wiring I need to run. I got the landing bay lighting hooked into the main line here. The whole ship's going to be run off of a 9-volt power supply. For the white lights in this section here, I'm going to have to put a resistor on. So I'll probably put the resistor on in the stand here. If that's the case, then I can take the resistor off of the primary hull. Basically, that there was just a test to see how I could get the navigational lighting to work, just because there wasn't enough power going to the circuit board, and which there is now. So I'm going to have a resistor on the main line inside the stand. I think I'll probably use 100 or 180 ohm resistor, and that'll reduce the brightness of the ship a little bit, and then it'll give enough power to go to the navigational lighting circuit. Okay, so just need to run. So I want to get at least that long. And I've always stated in the past, it's better to have too much than not enough. You can always trim it off, and then the trimmings, you save those and you can use them for other builds. I'm just going to clip one end right now until I get everything into the stand. Not bad. Looks good. Very nice. Okay, so I got these braces on there now. I'm not going to paint them, and I'm not going to glue them. It's for shipping purposes, so we can pop them out and store them. So they don't need to be glued anyway. And the parts here that go into the holes here in the bottom part of the primary hull don't need to be glued either. Don't glue them. I am going to cover the holes over so no light shines through into the brace. So I'm just going to put some little bit of tape over it and paint the tape a dark color so no light shines through it. Just like that. That's all you need. I still need to drill a hole here for the main power line and for the flasher circuits, the lighting or wiring to come through. Looking good, looking good. Ooh, baby. Looking good. All right. Now here's where this comes in. It's going to protect the join line up there between the saucer and the neck. So, over time, like maybe 10, 20 years from now, if this wasn't there, this is going to start to crack up here and pop off. That's why that's there. And plus it makes it a whole lot easier for the wiring to go through. And it looks good. Okay, all the wiring there is in. Got the mains coming up, tying into there. Everything will tie into here. Just got to hook up the navigational lighting here. So the yellows and the oranges here. Okay. We'll tie in over on this side. You don't want it to go on this side here because of the resistor. Well, I guess you could. You could just put the tie in the orange there, but you put the yellow on that end there. Otherwise, the upper flashers will not flash properly. But I'm going to tie them in here onto this main one here, just so it's get a little easier. Boom. Everything works there. So these are the slow ones. That's a slow flasher. Underneath is a fast. 2 engines are fast. These are on this line here, which ties into the bridge, behind the bridge. And from there they tie into the circuit board, which is in the upper part of the saucer. Alright, we're back on here. Now I gotta take this English 180 ohm resistor. I gotta take that off of there, reconnect all these wires in here. So I'm gonna move this down to the engineering hull, where the main power line coming in from the battery source will go through this and dim the white lights. Now, one thing I found that I have to do is on here, I'm gonna have to disconnect the running lights, the landing bay running lights, because if they're hooked up to that resistor, they're not going to work at all, because they need at least like minimum 9 volts to work properly. So I'll have to hook that in separately. I'll probably just run a line straight down into the hull here. Maybe even hook them up to a switch so my client can turn the landing bay lights on and off at will. Just like the warp grills are going to be on a separate circuit altogether. It's like I'm a doctor. Scalpel, clamp, soldering iron, wood. Alright. Okay. This is going to be an issue, because I can't have this circuit on being resisted. So I'll have to run power lines from here that'll run down to the engineering section, hook up to the front light that lights up the navigational deflector, okay, so I'll have to add extra lengths here to run down the neck to hook up to the front where the navigational deflector lighting is. Excuse myself. Okay. So let's see here. The neck. How much extra length do I need here? Now let's put about this much in. What? No, not that one. This one. All right. All easy fixes. So I'm going to hook these in where the resistor will not interfere with the main power. So as the power comes in, I'm going to hook these lines up just before the resistor, thereby preventing it from depleting the power source needed for the circuit here. Always have your bare wires where you connect covered. It'll prevent any shorts. Because that's the last thing you need. Once you get your model all put together, you don't want to find out you have to crack it open again to find out where the short is happening. This way you know you got it literally covered and you don't have to worry about it. Especially if you're building a model for somebody else. You get it shipped to them and then all of a sudden, hey, it's not working. What's going on here? That guy sucks. I'm never going to use him again. Or her. You never know. There are plenty of good female model makers out there. Okay, alright, so this is ready to go. This will be run down the neck. Okay, so I'm going to permanently get these ones hooked up. Let's see here. Okay, now those lines are already run there, so I'm just going to solder these. Alright. Now these other ones here. Out of the way, out of the way. Okay. Alright. I can't cover these ones up just yet. Because I need to hook up the other lines first. Alright. And I think I'm going to reduce the resistance from 180 to 100. I think I can get away with 100. But I'll try it. What else do I need to do here? Okay. So I repainted all around here. So I got it looking good now, the edge there. Looks very nice. So I can put these windows back in. But before that, I still have to put the this pearl white on again. I got to respray around the edge of the pearl white, and then I can put the windows back in, and then connect this to the bottom part of the primary hull, and this thing is pretty much ready to be assembled. The final assembly. All right, just gotta let spray on there dry. Then I can put these plastic windows in, and then that will be ready to assemble onto the bottom of the primary hull. All right, we got everything lined up now. We got the landing bay lights here. Put the extension on that, and got the warp grills. Got the main power here, and all this mess of wires here are all for the torpedo launchers. Just gotta label which wires go to where, white and red. Once I get those all labeled, and then I can find out where I'm going to be putting the switches. I still need to get the switches though, and then once I get those, and I can start wiring those up to the switches. And I'm going to have the power source inside here, so there will be no battery outside. It'll be up underneath here. I'll make like a little compartment here for the 9-volt battery, and so it'll be easy to replace. Now to quickly finish off the rear, I got the landing bay, the doors here. Just gotta install those. I just cut them down, cut them in half, and cut the sides down to make it look like it's open. All right, there we go. Not bad. All right, on here I got the flashers all connected here now. Just gotta run a line of mains to light up the lights here, and I gotta finish running these down the neck for the circuit. So the next one I'm gonna do right now is run a main line from here to this part here. Okay, got the main line there hooked in now, and got all of these hooked in. Just got to finish running these lines down the neck for the circuit board. Alright, so I got the line run down. Coming out the bottom down here. It's ready to be hooked in. I'm gonna put a resistor on the negative here, and then hook the negative on here on the incoming power side. And it should work just fine, so I'm going to get that done. Okay, now you can see I got the main power coming in here, and then I got the flasher hooked into this side, not that side, because when you hook it into that side there, the power is reduced. I don't want it reduced for the circuit, so that's where it goes. And positive on that side. I forgot to mention, I put a 100 ohm resistor on there. I reduced it from 180. I just want to see if it's going to still work. Alright, after much agony and toil, I finally figured out the perfect combination here. I have a 22 ohm resistor on there, and I got 2K on the upper red and the lower red, 2K resistors on there. That's good. Bed here in the back here too, looks good. Flashing nicely here as well. Nicely lit. Looks good. The battery itself stayed nice and cool. Did not overheat. And all that to run the whole ship. Just 9-volt power source. If I just knew how to do the math properly, I'd be able to figure out the proper amperage for the right resistors and all that stuff. I was never good at math. Now I'm ready to attach the upper saucer to the lower saucer, and then that completes the assembly, except for the navigational deflector, which is pretty easy to do. I just got to clean off the rest of this green here because I noticed there was green coming through the windows. So I gotta scrape the rest of that off of there and tuck the wires in a little bit further away from the windows as well so they don't interfere with any light coming out. Alrighty then, folks, look at that. This puppy is almost ready for the Aztec decals. Very nice. Well, that's it for this episode, everyone. In the next one, we are going to actually start applying the Aztec decals after I finish off a little bit of touch-up painting here and there. So please like, subscribe, comment, don't forget to share, and click that notification bell for any future uploads. If you have any questions or you want me to do some commission work for you, contact me at epyc.models@gmail.com. And also check out my website, www.epyc.models.com, and my new online store. The link is down below. See you all again later. Bye-bye.